Imagine you're hiking or driving along a beautiful river in the Pacific Northwest. Suddenly you spot something unusual. A strange, silver, compact SUV-sized contraption spinning gracefully in the water. What is this thing? Is it a mini hydroelectric generator? A water filtration device? Maybe even a fish harvesting tool? Well, my friends, this is actually a rotary screw trap, a vital tool fisheries biologists use to study fish populations, particularly salmon and steelhead. So what exactly is a screw trap? Think of it as a floating, spinning fish funnel powered by the river's current. These traps are ingeniously designed to capture fish as they migrate downstream. The basic structure includes four main parts. A rotating cone, which spins as water flows through it thanks to its screw-shaped design. A trap box, where fish are safely held after being funneled through the cone. A debris wheel, which helps keep the trap clean by removing excess detritus. And pontoons, which keep the entire structure floating and stable in the water. The rotary screw trap was developed in Oregon and patented in 1990, specifically designed to safely collect migrating juvenile salmon and steelhead smolts as they journey from freshwater streams to the ocean. Once inside the trap, the fish are directed into the trap box where biologists can easily sample and track them. It's an essential tool for monitoring populations without interrupting the natural flow of the river. And trust me, these traps aren't exactly light. Installing them in a moving body of water, especially with slippery rocks and a strong current, can be quite a challenge. Having worked with them myself, I can tell you they're no easy feat to set up. How they work. Rotary screw traps harness the power of the river's flow. As water moves through the cone's spiral blades, it generates a gentle yet effective current that guides fish into the trap box. Once inside, the fish usually can't swim back upstream, making it easy for biologists to collect them for study. These traps are non-invasive, meaning the fish are captured safely with minimal stress. Most of the time, fish swim into the trap voluntarily and they don't get harmed, unless, of course, a large predatory fish like a pike minnow happens to get caught as well. When this happens, the predatory fish can eat the juvenile salmon and steelhead, but fortunately, pike minnows are typically strong enough swimmers to avoid the trap, especially those that are large enough to prey on juvenile salmonids. Once the fish are collected, biologists carefully measure their length, weigh them, and often take small tissue samples such as scales or fin clips. These samples help scientists understand the age, health, and genetic diversity of the fish populations in that specific river system. For larger smolts, biologists may also plant pit tags, tiny passive tags that allow them to track the fish movements downstream and eventually determine if they return to their natal stream as adults to spawn. Now, why go through all this trouble, you might be asking? Salmon and steelhead are keystone species in the Pacific Northwest. They are critical to the health of the entire ecosystem. When these fish return to their natal streams to spawn and die, they bring with them marine-derived nutrients that nourish a wide variety of plants and animals. Other wildlife like birds, bears, and insects rely on these nutrients for sustenance. Moreover, these fish are an iconic part of the culture and economy of the region. From the anglers who chase after them to the Native Americans who have been managing their populations for centuries, salmon and steelhead are woven into the fabric of life here. Monitoring the migration of juvenile fish each year helps biologists assess the health of fish populations, track survival rates, and gauge the success of habitat restoration efforts. This valuable data informs conservation and management decisions, ensuring that these important species continue to thrive for future generations. So the next time you're out on the river and spot one of these spinning contraptions, take a moment to appreciate its role in helping us understand and protect salmon and steelhead populations. It's a simple but effective tool that helps biologists monitor the health of our rivers and the wildlife they sustain. And don't be afraid to approach the biologists working the trap. Ask them about the fish they're catching and how their research contributes to the conservation of these incredible species. Just keep in mind, salmon and steelhead are cold water fish and they can easily get stressed in warmer temperatures, so be mindful if they're handling a lot of fish on a hot day. If you've enjoyed learning about this fascinating tool, be sure to check out my other videos on the methods aquatic and fisheries biologists use to study and protect fish. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Let's work together to understand and protect our rivers and the wildlife they support. See ya.